Hello and welcome to a new series of railway photography. I'm Andrew and we're going to get stuck into some railway photography around Halifax in the glorious Yorkshire countryside, looking for some northern grit in the cold, frosty, snowy January morning. There's a grand central Voyager going to King's Cross on the far line there, down from Dryclough Junction down to Greetland Junction. But I've a feeling it's going to be too dark. It looks really shadowy at that side. So I'll get set up here. It's a nice position with the house and the snow, but I'll see what that looks like. Yeah, as I thought, it's just too shadowy, is that? But thankfully, there's a northern, probably a 195 leads to Manchester or Chester or something that's coming, which is going to be in the sunny bit. So I'm just going to move the cameras around a little bit and try and capture that in the sunshine. Righto, classic schoolboy error. I forgot to press record on the video camera when the northern 195 went past in the beautiful light and crispy snow. Anyway, I did get a still, so we can have a look at that. There's a fantastic view looking the other way into the sun with all these cobbles and the street, the snow. But it might just be too sunny even for my into the sun photography. Do you know, I'm going to give it a go. It looks good, but the only problem is there aren't any trains for 10 minutes. So I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll do a bit of history and I'll just explain the area that I'm photographing today. From what I can gather, the first railways in the area were the Manchester to Leeds line that went from Manchester Victoria over Summit Tunnel over the Pennines. Now, as these old railways usually did, they bypassed a lot of important towns, and Halifax was bypassed on the first railways. From what I gather, the industrialists of Halifax weren't too happy about that. So the Manchester and Leeds built a branch line from the Manchester and Leeds down at Greetland Junction and came up over a viaduct over the Calder, through a tunnel that's just behind this bridge we've been standing on, through this cutting and into a station at Halifax. So that was 1844 the line into Halifax was built. And then it was in the 1850s that lines were expanded. And there was another line then giving Halifax a direct route to Manchester, forming a junction here at Dryclough and going round to the Manchester and Leeds at Milner Royd Junction. So it forms a triangular junction just outside Halifax. And this is really where I'm going to be photographing today. So I'm going to work my way into to Halifax. First we're going to wait for this train, see if I can get a shot into the sun, and I better get my act together. I think it's probably on its way. Do you know, I can feel a part two or a second visit coming on. This street with the cobbles down to the railway line is absolutely fantastic. Perhaps another day when there's no snow on the cobbles and the sun isn't as bright, but certainly it needs another visit. Now I'm going to head up this pathway here, this old cobbled path. Up to the top there's a footbridge over the line. Dryclough Junction's that way, Halifax Station's just that way, so it's sort of maybe halfway between Dryclough Junction and Halifax itself. walked back towards Dryclough Junction, and there's the sun's moved round, and those far lines down to Dryclough Junction are in the sun. There's actually I think a Blackpool train coming. So while I'm here, I'm just going to do another shot, and hopefully this time I'll press the record button and we'll watch the train go past. There's actually a train coming up from Dryclough Junction through, what's it called? Salter Hebble Tunnel, 91 yards. And it'll be nice to get the shot of the train in the sunshine now that the sun's moved round on these couple of tracks here. Right, I've pretty much done here, and I'm going to head back to the car, and I've got a couple of choices for the next location, and I haven't quite decided yet what I'm going to do. So the next frame, or the next video piece, will be where I am, and it'll be a surprise. So this is what I've decided to do. Just a short walk from the road. I'm trying to get to the end of Copley Viaduct, and there's a shot that I've seen that I'd like to have a go at. Now the viaduct in the foreground is the end of Copley Viaduct, running between Milner Royd and pretty much Dryclough Junction towards Halifax. In the distance, over the Calder, is the original Manchester-Leeds Viaduct. Now I did see a photograph, admittedly it was in the 1970s, taken from somewhere around here, through the arches of Copley Viaduct to the Manchester-Leeds Viaduct in the distance, but it is completely treed up, even January snowy, no leaves on the trees. I can't see a clear shot through the trees. I might have to do a bit of gardening. I did promise my wife that I wouldn't go near any frozen canals, but I never mentioned anything about the river. Right, the clouds are rolling in, we've lost that blue sky, and I've come to the centre of Halifax now, just a mile or so, and I'm going to look for some old industrial buildings and see if I can photograph those around Halifax. I was tempted to try and get a shot of this churchy thing to do with the cemetery, but I'm more tempted to actually go closer to the railway line and see if I can get a closer shot. The trains seem to be lost in the background. I think there's possibility of something here, but the train that just went past, I didn't get my camera out of the bag quick enough, plonked the video camera down, pressed record as the train went past, but I just wasn't quick enough to get a shot. So I'll wait for the next train. Well, the last spot really wasn't doing it for me, so I've come to nearer the centre of Halifax, near the station, and I'll see what I can find with some of these old mills. I like this particular spot here with the steam coming out there. See if I can get a shot of a train going over the viaduct. I don't know how much you see of the trains though, that's the thing. We'll have to see. I'll see what I can make. Oh, there's a train, missed that. That's the answer. You see a little bit. Yeah, right, okay, there's potential. So I've come just up from the bottom there near the station and those wonderful factories, and this is overlooking Halifax, the station, and I'll try and get a shot lined up here, and it's just by Beacon Hill Tunnel. So between Beacon Hill Tunnel and Halifax station there's the viaduct and a lovely curve, and I'll see what I can make of a shot. Now, to be a bit pedantic about it, I think it needs a train on the far line so that the whole train's visible. We make a better shot. Thankfully, there's a train due in about 6 minutes. So I might not just do the same shot. I'm going to leave the video camera where it is so you can watch the train go past. But I might just rummage around in these bushes here and try for a different composition. So I've got 5 minutes to find something exciting, or not. That's not bad. Right, let's go find somewhere else to have a look. I really wish that I could get more of this factory into the shot somehow, because it's absolutely fantastic. It's a pity it's just pointing the wrong way for the railway line. But it's absolutely incredible, is this? I was just leaving to look for a view from up on the hill. I was just driving past and I saw the church and I saw the viaduct, chimney, factory. Thought, yeah, I'll have a go at that shot. So here I am in the churchyard, and there's a train in 5 minutes. There always is a train in 5 minutes. Going across the viaduct that way towards Leeds, and I'll have a go at that. What I'm going to have to do though, I've just had a scout round. That Matalan building looks awful against the church and all the old Victorian, Edwardian stonework and what have you. So I think I'll use that tree to mask Matalan out of the way. Right, I've got it composed up. You can see that tree is masking Matalan. And what I was wanting to do though was to go up onto the hill for a sort of, I keep looking behind because I think the train's coming, for the final shot overlooking Halifax. Well, what a view. It's absolutely incredible over Halifax. There's a station down there, the line out to Dryclough Junction, and all of Halifax spreading behind. When I turn the camera around and you have a look at this, it's absolutely incredible. What a spot. I haven't hiked up here, by the way. I've driven and parked just round the corner, and the roads are all gritted and fine, so that was all good. Well, I must say the view over Halifax is pretty spectacular, but pretty hopeless for railway photography, especially the trains that run along here with the northern and the white livery, and Grand Central and the black livery, neither of which stand out tonight in this landscape. So with that, I'm going to call it a day and wrap this video up. But just before I do, I know I've not been on YouTube for a year. Well, I have. I put my video out the other week, but it's old stuff. Never mind. Right, here we go. I haven't been doing new things on YouTube for a year, and I've had so many messages of not concern, but inquiry, how I am, missing my videos. And I must say that all the comments is really heartening, so thank you very much for all that. And of course, everybody that comments and likes and watches, I greatly appreciate that, and it really warms the soul, you know, when you're out here on a cold day like this and enjoying what I do, actually. And it's been great today to get back out with the camera, taking photographs of trains and loving it. So more videos to come, and I shall see you on the next one, and it won't be very long, I promise you. See you later. Bye.